down on which one of these two guys plays the best.
It's ironic to see a 1.09 hardpoint KD and a 1.07 hardpoint KD be the worst on their respective teams.
It's just insane. I mean, Scump is #1 in hardpoint, Formal #2, Apathy #3, and then you have John, Slasher, and Krim also in the top 10 as well.
Apathy, the #1 search and destroy KD this weekend at a 1.83, and the #1 respawn KD as well. This is going to be a fantastic matchup. This is MLG prime time, baby. From here on out, it's just all great games, whether it's tonight or Championship Sunday. Looking so forward to it, Matt. Predictions for this series. Where do you see this one?
Oh, I think OpTic takes this one.
Okay.
I think it's probably something like a 3-1. I think Envy, they've definitely impressed me. This has been a team that after Vegas, they got on the grind. You know, a lot of people took different approaches after Vegas. Some guys grinded the pro point, the ladder, where you're able to just play GBs, get pro points. Envy did not. They scrimmed the other top teams. Yeah. They're putting all their money into the 2Ks in this event, and it's definitely paid off.
JCap made that decision, and so far it looks like it's the right one. Atlanta, I know we have a big crowd out there. It's OpTic Gaming versus ENVYUS in our winners bracket round 1 matchup. I could not be more excited. And off the break, we're watching one of our key players, Karma.
Yeah, I think Karma definitely a key for OpTic Gaming. Maybe if he plays pretty poorly, you expect Envy to kind of run away with it. You look at Karma and Scump against Apathy and John. It's going to be a big matchup.
Karma does this break every single time on this map, goes towards showers and gets the beat down right off the bat onto Apathy. So breakout hardpoint, one where there are definitely certain money hills. You think of that bottom cell block. If you get those stack garage spawns, could be great for your team. And do not forget about Graves. Both OpTic and Envy have been fantastic on that hill this weekend.
Yeah, and it's going to be Envy getting early control here. 15 seconds and counting in their favor, taking that central hardpoint. And this is a big gunfight because John is trying to set up 4 cell block for that next hardpoint. So if he was able to win that, get some spawn control, could be Envy jumping up by, 40, 50 seconds right there. So a big gunfight, able to get John out of that position, but Apathy there to clean it up. And now he's got this spawn control for that next hardpoint.
Actually surprised to see how much pressure Envy are still putting towards this hill at the moment. But instead they will back on up Slasher at a 6-0, 7-0 start. Perfection from him so far as he's 1 kill off the bombardment, and there he is. The help of his teammate. That's what you want to see from Slasher. I caught up with Krim prior to this one. I said, any trash talk you want to give to the Envy guys? He goes, yeah, Slasher built a crappy robot. Apparently, Slasher studies robotics.
He does.
And if Krim would know anything about robots, he's the guy.
Yeah, it's something we've kind of joked about with Slasher for a while, but he's getting off to a fantastic start, 9-1. Wow. John at 5-1. There is not much positive to talk about on the OpTic side of things. Formal off to an 0-4 start. Krim 1-6. It's been ugly. It's been ugly at the start.
OpTic Gaming as a team right now are 5-21.
Yeah, that is about as poor of a start as you can get. I mean, they're not even going to be able to contest over here, Jack. Nope. I mean, you see the arrows on the minimap. They're all running over towards Grave. They don't want to give up more streaks. And it is 72 and counting to 4 in favor of Envy.
And this is why this Envy team practiced a lot of team scrims coming to this event. They look like a well-oiled machine right now. They get a wake-up call, though, earlier, Matt. They do lose their first pool play series to E-United. As we saw, they were not able to go undefeated, but now looks like they've kind of regained control. They refocused themselves, and now they are just wiping the floor with OpTic Gaming. It's a clean break as well in towards Graves, and Slasher is at a 5.0 KD off the break of this map.
Yeah, and it's OpTic Gaming. They get control of Grave early, but they're not able to hold because of those streaks that Slasher has. Grave is a wide open hard point. You're not able to hide behind any cover. You have to fall out of it when the streaks come in. Envy takes control. And Jack, just to give perspective on how important this one is, both these teams are undefeated in search and destroy going into this next one, but you got to imagine Envy takes this one in commanding fashion. They have all the momentum going into a favorite game mode.
What a stat line that is. Neither of these teams dropping S&D this weekend. OpTic Gaming, one thing they're dropping is a lot of score right now to Envy, down by about 80 seconds, but as we just saw with that Phase 3G matchup on this exact map, just prior to the series starting, no lead is big enough as FaZe came.
I will say there is a different caliber and team between Envy and 3G.
Right, no, I didn't want to bring that up.
Envy, obviously, they're a very experienced team. They've been in this situation before with hefty leads, and you expect to see Slasher hold on to some of those score streaks potentially in case OpTic Gaming starts to mount a little bit of a comeback.
This is rough to watch right now if you're an OpTic Gaming fan, as you've got Karma, Krim, and Scump a combined 9-28 off the break of this game, as it just seems like Slasher is playing in a different map right now. The guy's 17-6. Envy up by 100. Matt, even the times where they haven't rotated like towards that graveyard hardpoint, they just have the tools now to break with ease. Here they've got comms locked down. I don't see where OpTic even begin to come back in this game.
And it's so interesting to see how heavily weighted the kills are for Envy. I mean, John is 13-6, Slasher 17-7. Look at the other guys. Apathy's 5-6. Through a full rotation of hills, he's 5-6. A very odd stat line.
JCap's seen 9 people through hills. Not too sure how many times I've seen that. So at the end of that first one, if you're OpTic Gaming, you've just got to put that behind you right now because your lead slayer in Scump is 3-11. We talked about how coming into this, he had a top 3 hardpoint KD, not showing it right now. What can they begin to do? Formal doing what he can from the shower side with the NV4.
I mean, you're going to have to take cell block. I think this next hard point coming right after the central rooftop, you're going to need to take a full 60 there. I think you have no option but to play for the entire of that hill. And then go in the grave. I mean, you still have those streaks for Slasher. So OpTic Gaming, they have to know when he uses some of those other streaks, you have not seen the other ones come out, that he has those in his back pocket.
Yeah.
You're going to need to bait those out somehow. I think, you know, they're going to have to put a lot of emphasis on cell block here.
I mean, everything you look for a chance for a comeback. Slasher's the only one in the lobby right now with a payload ability. You've got John close to his as well. It's still a 2-minute lead for the boys in blue, who just seem like they're a step ahead of OpTic at the moment. But Matt, this is what you talked about. OpTic are on rotation. They've gotten some kills to push out Envy, and right now they need to begin this comeback if they want any chance in this game.
Yeah, I mean, a full 60 here, it gets them above 100. Then they're only down about, 66 points. Maybe, best case scenario, probably down about 70. And still, I mean, that is a hefty mountain to climb. You still need a full hold on another hill.
These COD Champs winners in Envy look better than ever before. As right now, this is probably the most contest they've faced from OpTic Gaming in this first game. Having to push this outer wall run and Formal here with the NV4, this should just be a field day for him. As he's awaiting this push from the boys in blue. Now 2 players have gotten close. They will win the first couple engagements. You've got Karma now there as well, but a payload was used by ENVYUS. That's going to be John pushing right on through with the help of his teammates. And that'll be another break for Envy as they're back up by 100 seconds.
And it's interesting, Jack, we have not seen the ERAD from either team thus far. It's a weapon we've seen constantly throughout the tournament that we've seen good things with. Neither of these teams has an ERAD in this one.
And when you think of Envy last year in the CWL, the thing that made them the great team was the 2 submachine gun players in John and Apathy, now saying, hey, the K-Bar does the job we want. This is still a game quite out of reach as Envy still just look to shut this door. Streaks again coming into play. That bombardment going to force Karma, Crimsix, and Scump out of the hill. It's another clean wipe and another perfect example of why streaks are so darn useful on that Graves.
And it's exactly why they needed all of cell block. Because you knew that Envy had these streaks. They were going to break this next hard point with ease. Now OpTic needs to break this as fast as possible. Envy going to go over the 200-point mark. Now, they can't end it here, but they can definitely end it with a good hold here, some more streaks, and then going over to commissary.
COD Champs MVP John there with the 3-piece. He's now 21-13, a big reason why Envy are outplaying OpTic by 21 kills right now. As this is just one that really you don't see Envy losing at any point. You've got John now 1 kill off the Centurion, which will be great to drop into this new hard point. Crafty little wall run there by Crims to at least put some pressure towards this new hard point. Envy now 20 seconds away from taking map 1.
Yeah, and Scump has really had a subpar game 1. Really unlike him, 7-17 right now. I can never remember him having this poor of a start to a series. You don't expect that to continue on, and we'll jump on board with Scump, see what's going wrong.
Crim averages about 60 seconds in the hard point each map they've played so far this weekend. Currently, he's at a third of that now, at least playing some objective for his team, but the second he gets in, look at the minimap. Envy pinch from the back helipad area, through that middle L side, and then on the outer wall run. There's no opportunity. They could close it out right here. They're at 242 to 106. OpTic with one final push. Can they get the break? You've got FTL jump for Slasher. I do believe for now, OG will stay alive. Envy can just set up for this new middle hill, and they should be able to close it out.
I mean, look, Jack, with only 4 more seconds left for Envy, it's just a matter of time before they close this game out. Slasher here in the middle of the map, going to try and pick up some kills with the NV4, not able to do so. So control of that center hardpoint should go over to OpTic here at the beginning, but there's actually one player for Envy contesting inside, but he falls. So you will see OpTic get control of the center hardpoint here. It's going to be John working back towards the center, has a Scarab and the Centurion, not going to be able to get it down. JK inside of the hard.
What, folks, they are back, and boy, oh boy, do they look